This portion of the CU podcast is brought to you by Immi Instant Ramen. Immi is the world's first low-carb, high-protein, and 100% plant-based instant ramen. Each serving of Immi has 21 grams of protein, 19 grams of fiber, and only 6 grams of net carbs. It's non-GMO and is 35% lower in sodium versus traditional brands.
Immi is delicious, easy to make, and filling. It comes in flavors such as spicy beef ramen, tom yum shrimp, which was my favorite, and black garlic chicken ramen. You can have a bowl ready in as little as 7 minutes, and you can prepare it in the microwave or on your stovetop. And it has 21 grams of protein. Each serving of Immi is going to make sure that you stay full longer than your average instant ramen. Immi is up to 85% lower in net carbs than other instant ramen brands. It contains up to 3 times more protein and 4 times more fiber. Most traditional instant ramen uses meat-based ingredients and unhealthy preservatives in their soup bases. Immi is a 100% plant-based product that uses high-quality ingredients.
So click the link below and use code CUPodcast at checkout, or go to immieats.com, IMMIEats.com/CU podcast for $5 off your order. Immi is also proud to offer a 100% happiness guarantee, so you can try Immi risk-free and decide for yourself if Immi is worth it. If you're not happy with Immi, they will offer you a full refund within 30 days of purchase. Again, that's immieats.com/CU podcast, or just click the link below and use code CU podcast for $5 off a variety pack today. We got voicemails, Ian. How do you go anchor.fm/the CU podcast? You gave me the knowing nod, like, you got this, Patrick. Mm-hmm. You go there, you leave a voicemail, you entertain us hopefully within 30 seconds. You don't have to virtually blow us. Hey, just say this is my question, and you're off and running. And here's the first one that I don't have queued up yet.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Ian. Chris Taliaferro here, calling from beautiful Maple Shade, New Jersey, with a quick question. What are some of your favorite memes of all time? My personal favorite is the recent Chingy Sesame Street meme that got Estee Lauder executive John Dempsey fired for sharing it.
What?
I'm biased, though, because I made that one, so I thought it was hilarious, but just wanted to see what you guys said. Thanks.
You made a meme. You're like a meme founder? Wow, that's an honor.
I don't know what that's about. I don't really know much about memes. I would say that my favorite, I don't really like memes. However, there are a couple that I do like. Here Comes That Boy. It's the frog on the unicycle. I like him because he's cute. He's cute. He's a little fat frog on a unicycle. And I always thought I've seen some really good ones of the Orange County Choppers guys, the back and forth where they throw the chair.
Oh yeah, that's an old one.
That's an old one, and I've had.
They're arguing about something back and forth.
I've seen some enjoyable ones in that format.
I'm more into the video memes at this point, that are hysterical, especially for like NBA Twitter is hysterical, and in general, my favorite one is there's the black boxer who was I think at a UFC event, and when he goes, he got cooked, and it's hysterical. And then there's another one, he goes, man, I'm just getting cooked out here, and he's like exasperated over something. Maybe he like bet on the wrong guy, and it's hysterical. And you can use them for anything for that. Okay, real quick, the Estee Lauder executive, not to get into it, 65. Longtime executive was fired from his $10 million a year job after he posted a meme with the N-word and then joked about COVID on his personal Instagram. Okay, then.
All right.
Didn't hear about that one. Holy shit. Come on, Boomer. What are you doing there? All right. Next one here.
Hey, Patrick. Hey, Ian. This is Will out of Chattanooga. I'm sorry for the high energy and the pauses last time. Just a poor attempt at humor. Anyway,
that's right.
I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee, and I love barbecue. So I want to ask y'all, what kind of barbecue do you like? Are you more brisket? Do you like ribs? I personally love a good pulled pork sandwich with some coleslaw and medium, but not terribly hot, barbecue sauce on top of that. Thanks, y'all. Love the podcast. Have a good one.
My stomach. I'm serious. Come on, Will. You're killing me. Okay, I'm all about pulled pork. I usually like to sample, though. If I go to a barbecue place, like if I'm at an event somewhere, and like I'll be like, all right, give me a little bit of the pulled pork, give me a little bit of the chicken, let me get a little brisket. I do a little bit of everything just to sample it.
The
pulled pork. Oh.
I love brisket. I like ribs. I like my ribs generally on the drier side. I really love hot links, though. I love a good hot link. I love a good hot link. And
my intestines don't like them.
And the place where I've been playing a lot of pinball lately, they have a barbecue food truck there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I tried their tri-tip, which is a very California cut of meat. I like tri-tip. And sometimes tri-tip is great, and I've had a lot of tri-tip out here that's not great, but their tri-tip, that sandwich was awesome. But the hot link, I just wanted something quick. I didn't want a whole plate. I didn't want a side. And the hot link, they stuffed the hot link in between two of those sweet Hawaiian rolls.
Oh, God. All right, sweet Hawaiian rolls.
It's so fucking good.
I like them in theory, but once I hit like 35, 36, spicy food, like I started getting heartburn. Like
Sure.
I went over to Frank's and he made like beans and rice, super spicy. Afterwards, I didn't know what was wrong with me. I never had heartburn like that. Like it felt like everything was just chumped up. Like, you know what I mean? Like I never had heartburn in my life.
Yeah.
And like I felt like I wanted to die. And I was like, wow, okay, I gotta be careful. Like it's not the taste, it's just afterwards the effect on my body. Like that was like a weird cutoff point, mid-30s for me. I can still do spicy food, but I gotta be careful on the type of spicy food. I love the tri-tip at Phil's Barbecue. The sandwich is really good. I get it at the airport. That's always the best. When you have a red eye, I'm gonna have something nice and fatty and good before getting on the plane. I love doing that right there.
Fuck Phil.
Ian, I'm trying to get the Phil sponsorship. What are you fucking doing to me here? We gotta get free. You got Magic Spoon. I want to get free.
I don't want no fucking Phils.
I want to fucking stuff down your throat. Fucking get that broham sandwich. You're gonna eat it. You're gonna like it. You're gonna eat it. All right, next one here.
Hey, Pat and Ian, this is Mark from Vancouver. First time, long time. I just wanted to let you know that I had a dream about you two last night. To be fair, it was a little less exciting than it sounds.
I don't want
We
to be
were all
excited.
playing a level of Contra that doesn't exist, and I was telling you the true story of how at a recent bachelor party, they had a Nintendo EverDrive set up. The only game I'm half decent at is Ninja Gaiden, and wouldn't you know it, they only had Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3 on it. Anyways, love the podcast. Keep it up.
Well, no question. But
okay,
why would you put Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3 only on an EverDrive and not Ninja Gaiden 1?
Well, maybe because I don't know, maybe because that was like in his dream, like he feared playing those games versus the original. I don't know.
No, but he said in real life that was a true story that he went to.
I couldn't follow where that call was going. It was going all over the place.
It was going all over the place.
Look at this way, real quick on Contra. They have randomizers for other games. How about a Contra stage randomizer?
Ooh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be kind of sweet?
That could be fun. Yeah.
Or it would just be a mess where it would be platforms you couldn't jump on, pretend. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, they can figure it out.
Right?
They can figure it
How come
out.
there's no for like running gun shooters or even a Ninja Gaiden randomizer would be fun. That'd be hell on earth, a Ninja Gaiden randomizer, actually.
Yeah.
Get like 5 eagles flying at you the same. No, that's not a good idea. Contra would be good, though. Okay, next one here.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Phil Bowser from Jax, Florida.
Hey, Phil.
As a fan of Maniac Mansion on the original NES, as well as the LucasArts point-and-click adventures on PC, I was kind of surprised that we didn't really see that genre on Super Nintendo or N64 with the mouse as well as the analog stick. I thought it would have converted pretty well. So I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, you did, but not too many of them.
Right. I think my thinking is
The StarCraft?
while there was the mouse, for the Super Nintendo, and you did have a couple of games that tried to emulate the point and click. I just don't think it works on a TV because you got to take into account that not everyone's super close to the TV. Most console video games are
The resolution isn't really great either, though, for a lot of the precise stuff.
Sure. So I just think it's, if you're closer to your TV or if you're playing on a big screen TV now, you're fine. But if you're playing on a smaller TV, like a 22-inch or something back in the day, and you're sitting across the room, I can't see that being an ideal way to play that type of game.
Games that should have had like a mouse support thing that we didn't get it here, which sucks. You had Worms, you had StarCraft.
Yeah.
I'm running out of ones. Someone should do a book and go over them.
Our friend Derek Alexander did a video about the NES mouse.
By the N64?
Yeah.
N64,
I'm sorry, N64. Yeah.
Yeah, I offered
Watch that.
I offered to buy them off him 11 years ago at MacFest. He brought it there. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'll buy it off you. I couldn't get it from him. Damn it! I was like, I never saw it before. I want that. And then in Japan, going over the Japan list, there was what's that sim game where you're the android girl or whatever. That was an adventure type of game that was like a PC style game that you could have used a mouse probably. I don't know if it had the support. I have a little database right here that basically constructs the book that has all like the special features. And let's see, Control F mouse. Only 6 games use the mouse, and most of them are DD games, I believe. Let's see, Mario Futopia. Were they all? Oh no, they were all DD games. They didn't do support for the GD came out so late. That's probably why.
Yeah,
GD came out late. So yeah, that's a shame. At least the Super Nintendo had mouse support for about, I want to say 15 to 20 games.
Yeah,
top of my head, it got it in there. It used
some weird ones too.
Oh yeah. So next.
Hey Pat and Ian, it's Patrick from Elgin, Illinois again.
Hey, Patrick.
My question is for Ian. Hey Ian, I know you're a John Carpenter fan. I was curious if you've seen, in my opinion, his very underrated film, In the Mouth of Madness. If you have, I was wondering what your thoughts were.
Nope.
Thanks. Have a good one, guys.
I haven't, and it's like next on my list. There's only a handful of Carpenter movies I haven't really seen, and In the Mouth of Madness is one, and I've never seen Dark Star.
Is he still directing, or is he retired from directing?
He directed the I'm pretty sure the last Halloween, not Halloween Kills, but the 2018 Halloween. He was at least involved as a writer. I don't know if he was the director.
I don't think he directed. No, I think he might have done the score for it.
He did do well. He did the score for all of them.
Oh, really?
I think he did. He definitely did
even the Rob Zombie ones. Or no?
That maybe not.
Well, he's up there now. He's 74. Let's see. What's his last thing he directed? Yeah, Return to Halloween. He was executive producer, co-composer, and creative consultant on it. Okay. And then he'll work as a composer and producer on the sequel, and then for Halloween Ends, which I guess that's next year. Is it
next
2 years?
No, it's this year.
Oh, this year
because of the way the last one was delayed. The Halloween Ends is this year.
Isn't that nice to have a movie come out a year later? Is that nice?
Yeah, it is.
Not many things do that anymore. That's nice to do that. Only like Back to the Future 2 and 3 because they shot it back to back.
Right.
On that. They should do that more. Shoot things back. I know it's tough. You got everyone in the same place. You spend another month and a half. Let's get it done. Like the Lord of the Rings thing is still a miracle. They did 3 movies and it took was that 14 months? That's a miracle. So they did those 3 movies like that and got that, and they're all the same exact quality because of that. And you had to save money and do that. You couldn't bring everyone back to New Zealand, a couple more times.
So I think you've gotten this question before, but I have a small caveat.
Oh, you have a caveat.
Aliens have come down to Earth, and they want to know what video games are, so you have to show them some examples. But I want wrong answers only. As in video games that, best case scenario, confuse them, or worst case scenario, pisses them off and leads to the annihilation of Earth. Thanks.
Well, what is that one? Destroy All Humans? What was it, the one in the PS2? Yeah. They'd be like, what is this? This is racist against aliens. What are you doing to us?
I would show them Wally Bear.
You show them Wally Bear?
Show them Wally Bear.
You wouldn't want to show them Independence Day? Like, hey, this is their idea of an intergalactic war. And they'll be like, oh, silly humans. We just press a button, you'll be atomized in a second. We don't have like 50 ships across the earth. We hit one button, you'd be gone. What are we kidding here?
I do like your idea. Showing them Destroy All Humans would be interesting, and have them be like, hey, I'm personally offended by that.
That kind of offends me here. We're going to give you all this good tech, and we're going to leave now. Yeah. Screw you guys.
Hey, guys. This is Alex from Wisconsin. Just wanted to say how excited I am for the official announcement of the CU console. I know you guys are hard at work getting those deli wraps prepared for packaging, and of course getting the rights to Hashteroids. Can't wait to play that in beautiful 8K. In all seriousness, though, I know you guys have spoken before about moving from the east to the west coast. Just wondering if you had any general advice or kind of tidbits of info that you could share about some major life changes and what advice you might give to somebody doing such a thing. My major life change I kind of had recently was quitting drinking. Something that was long overdue. Just wondering if you had any general life experiences you'd be able to share about kind of making a major change.
Congrats on kicking the booze.
Yeah.
Any advice, Ian, about moving east to west coast?
East to west? I mean, no, I did it. I mean, that's the thing. I'm the wrong person to come to for advice on this. I decided that I was moving out here 3 months before I actually moved out here, packed all my shit, got on a plane, and made it work.
So I was exactly opposite. I was like, for me, it was like a year of planning for me. I was like thinking about it, then 6 months of get a place, and then I took the whole summer, 3-4 months to prepare, to do the packing. And to do that, I got to hire the movers. I saw
an opportunity. I knew it was risky, and I just jumped at it because I wanted to get out. And I'm actually kind of surprised that I'm still here, in a lot of ways. Because after there was, I mentioned this when I quit Luna. I think Luna kept me out here. After my first relationship out here fell apart, I think Luna kept me out here, gave me a sense of day-to-day and belonging. And then when I, met Vonnie and we fell in love, that was, that was enough to keep me out here. But
were you just going to be like, there's nothing for me in San Diego?
There was a few years there where it was yeah, but little things kept coming. Like, I was ready to leave, but Luna kept me here. And then I was thinking about moving, and then my one buddy from Buffalo was like, I want to move out there for a couple of years. So I was like, all right, I'll stick around. And then I met Vonnie, and that kept me here. So, yeah, I mean...
You met Pat.
I met Pat.
Oh. What's in terms of advice, try to experience new things. It's like, not that it's a new life, but try to go along with the flow of, hey, I'm going to try to experience new things. Get out of your comfort zone a little bit. That's all. Why not? I grew a beard. It was a mistake, but I grew one. I like my second and third beards. I don't like the first one I had when I moved out here. But yeah, why not? Why not try that stuff?
It's all over, but the crowd.
Hey, isn't this Tommy Tallarico song about the Intellivision Amico, that dumpster fire of a console? Anyways, guys, much love. Stay awesome from Deming, New Mexico.
Oh, okay. Okay. How about I'll get DMCA for that or claim my ad?
Hey, Pat and Ian. It's Andrew from Racine, Wisconsin. A question for you. Why does everyone hate on Nintendo not having 4K, Gura, Blu-ray, and all these fancy whistles and bells to it? I just got done playing Mario Kart 8, the DLC, and the cups are good, but I just remember everyone just complained that we don't have 4K smooth edging graphics for any Nintendo consoles. I don't feel that Mario and all that need that. What do you guys think?
Well,
right, bye.
Well, the first party games probably don't. The third party is what people always hinge on. It's like, well, if you don't have 4K, that means you're not getting the latest and greatest from the AAAs from the third parties, and that holds some weight.
Yes,
there some. You can still do 1080p's that'll look good.
Yeah,
modern LEDs with HDR and things like that.
I like 4K, but it's for certain games. Ever since I got the 4K OLED, I still think the OLED is the bigger improvement, the truer colors, the better contrast between colors. That's going to make an image pop for me more. But I do like some stuff, in 4K. Some of the nicer looking games do look great in 4K. That said, Nintendo's stuff is always remarkably built within the limits of the system. Nintendo made the system. They know what their first party games can and can't do.
Art design.
So they always look phenomenal. And so I think what it comes from is a lot of people who maybe only buy one system or don't buy multiple systems. If you've only got, a Switch and you play a lot of third-party games, then that's probably where the complaints are coming from. People who don't have the money to buy multiple systems, have a Switch, and want to be able to play the other system stuff at the same graphical fidelity. For me, it's just not that big of a deal. I understand that for some people it might be. For me, it's not. But I think that's where it comes from. I think it mostly comes from people who have the Switch as their primary system.
Yes. I'll do a couple more.
Hi, Pat. Hi, Ian. This is Sean calling from Dublin, Ireland. I just wanted to ask, do you guys have any issues with the Nintendo Switch, big or small? Obviously, it's been a massive success, but personally, I'm really disappointed with the Virtual Console on it. I really hoped to have been able to play some of the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games that I played growing up, and would have been happy to pay for them just to have on the Switch. But as it stands, there doesn't seem to be anything really cooking in that area. So yeah, just wondering your thoughts are, and thanks for the podcast. Really enjoy it.
Complaints about the Switch. I don't really have complaints about the Virtual Console not being there, but I understand people's complaints. Some people just want to own it. It is a sign of that pivot to things as a service. Once you stop paying, you stop getting things. You don't ever fucking actually own anything, and that sucks. So I get it. But I have almost no complaint. I love the Switch to death. My biggest complaints are I feel like the bump up in price for the expansion pass was not warranted at that level, at that amount. And the D-pad sucks. The lack of D-pad sucks.
Thank you for reminding me how awful it is not having a proper D-pad.
Like I was saying, like the other week, I mostly, I used to always play portable, and now I always play on the TV. Well, I think I know why. My buddy early on, Fox, who I hope he's doing well, he made me a purple Joy-Con with an actual D-pad on it. And I played that thing portably forever. And I'm just realizing now that when that I finally wore that controller out, it stopped charging. That's when I stopped playing portable, because I fucking hate that thing.
It's almost unusable for some games.
So and last night, Vonnie was playing Animal Crossing. And I was like, I'm going to use the Switch in portable mode. And I grabbed it and I started to play like something with it. And it was just like, it was a shooter. I was playing a scrolling shooter. So I didn't want to use the joystick because I wanted the exact response. I didn't want to use the joystick, but I like the D-pad. Yeah, I hate that fucking lack of a D-pad.
It was ridiculous. That was the first Nintendo console without a proper D-pad, handheld or regular console.
And it's all for uniformity if people use these controllers as two-player controllers, but I guarantee you, no one's really doing that. The amount of times people do that, people do it. I've done it with people, but the amount of times people do that, they would deal with a D-pad.
But they didn't even offer one.
Right, I know.
That's like they wanted you to spend $60, was it $60 or $50 for the Pro on top? So they were banking on it was an add-on. They wanted you, they're like, you'd be like, okay, no one's going to be satisfied with just this. They're going to spend $50 more getting the Pro controller, which a lot of people did. I couldn't play, this goes to my point. I can't imagine trying to play Super Mario 35 with the fucking Joy-Con little fucking dots.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be miserable. And the D-pad on the Pro controller isn't the best, but it's serviceable. It's not the greatest. It's serviceable. Super Mario 35 being taken away was a travesty to me. And the more I think about it, at the time I was like, yeah, it sucks. But the more I think about it, like, you could have monetized that. I'd be playing that every week. I loved that game. I had such a good time playing that game. Yes, I was pretty good at it. I usually got top 3. But like, I really thought that was a really nice communal game that everyone got behind, and it was simple and it was pure. And that was bad, taking that away like that. I just thought that was very short-sighted to do that, in my opinion. So that pissed me off. The one thing that it's funny when competitors like for example this guy.
If you're into games with blood and violence and sexual content and kids in sexual compromising positions and rape on the Nintendo, if that's what you want, then buy a Switch.
To counter that, Nintendo is very protective of the user experience when you're online. The fact that they don't want you to have active, voice chats or you have to jump through hoops to get it.
You can, but you have to jump through hoops. You got to have an app, a phone app.
No one does that. It's ridiculous. People probably just go on like a Discord next to them or on their phone, you know what I mean, or a computer and set it up. That's a lot easier. So like that is so backwards in terms of the times. Or you can probably have parental controls where you would shut that off for games, but like the over parenting on that aspect, like let us decide, let parents decide whether or not to have the voice chats going on. But I understand they want to be overprotected. They don't want weird shit happening. They don't want child predators in games like that. I understand that, but like there's parental controls for stuff like that in general. But I get it. Nintendo is like super like, we don't need that. We don't make extra money off of that. We get it. So those are the things that annoy me. But Super Mario 35 and not a proper D-pad, to me, those are the two that really boil my frog, if that's an expression. Is that an expression?
It is. Let's check in with someone, Patrick.
You want to check in with someone?
I want to check in with someone.
Are you timing this podcast?
I have not timed anything yet.
You were big on the intro and on the exclusive. We were at 1 hour 33, and it's a nice
perfect
time.
Perfect time
to
check in with someone.
And how did you're in rare form today, Ian.
Hey guys, nice job covering that unboxing video. I mean, even if it wasn't a real unboxing video, your video actually was. It was an unboxing of lies! And your fans were lying too. That's why we had to disable comments on the video. You know, someone said that even though we didn't show how much time passed during the boot up process, you could see John's mustache was a little grayer. Like, what kind of thing is that to say? And then criticizing us for not using enough packing paper. Listen, packing paper is overrated, okay? It's coarse and irritating, and it gets everywhere. And then Ian saying the translation for the word redeem was wrong because it means redeem yourself in the eyes of God. No, Ian, you read it right. The Amico lets you redeem yourself in the eyes of God. And you ought to get one, because if anyone needs to do that, it's you big pothead piece of shit. Keep my game system's name out of your fucking mouth!
Wow. Tommy going in personal.
Yeah.
You're not just a long-haired dude anymore on Atari Age forums.
Pothead piece of shit.
Well, I don't know. None of the suggestions, but maybe Tommy next week will give us an update.
I agree with the first half.
Maybe Tommy next week will give us an update on his Video Games Live event, how that went. Was there any Amico stuff happening there?
I hope so.